choosing to become formless. So as I'm healing, as I'm being led to heal, I'm being taught to detach. That's how I was able to forgive my karmic family, karmic friends, karmic husband, karmic anything that was karmic, which meant that some people who came in to teach you a lesson, right? So the reason why I kept engaging with certain things, people, places, and things was because there was something within me that I needed to heal, a lesson that I needed to learn and overcome, a need that needed to be fulfilled within me. It was never about them, it was about me, right? So, how I was taught was that I had to detach. I had to detach from what religion said. I had to detach from what society said. I had to detach from what I had learned, what I had been programmed to learn because I was programmed to be a sacrifice, a human sacrifice, right? And sacrifice doesn't only mean like, I'm going to analyze you like boom boom. No, it means like I'm going to drive you crazy and you lose your consciousness. Does that make sense? You understand what I'm saying? That's why I'm so grateful that I have my mind and that I'm able to speak on it and that I chose to heal, that I chose to walk a path where, yes, the material world would not be as fulfilling, but again, I'm not lacking anything, right? I'm not lacking anything. I have everything that I need right now, and anything else I can get because I have my mind. Because what good is it to have all the riches on the world and not have your mind? And I always kept that at the forefront. So I had to become formless. And I had to understand that I am not this vessel, that I am not the clothes that I wear, that I am not my hair, that I am not my nails, that I am not the makeup that I have. What I put makeup on today, actually, though, because I like to look pretty. But, but I'm not any of those things. I am the soul, right? So I had to detach from race. I had to detach from anything that made me choose. Like anything that made me choose, I had to detach from it. Even like the sports team. It was like choose nothing. Choose nothing. Detach from everything. And then look at everything of a point of for the people that have done you wrong or that you've done wrong, look at it as a point of what spirits are operating through these people and what spirits were operating through you. Right? Because I can't I can't be like, I am perfect. I just can't do that. You get what I'm saying? That's not who I am. And it wouldn't be logistic. I fucked up in some, yeah. There's some things I'm not proud of. That's okay. But because I owned up to it and because I chose to forgive myself because the same way that I give forgiveness to others because they know not what they do because there is spirits that are operating through them, the same way I could do that for myself. I knew not what I did because of the spirits that were operating through me, and even if I thought I did, there was still some spirits operating through me, so I'm going to give myself some grace. And so I do that. I give myself grace and I forgive myself. And by giving myself forgiveness, by giving others forgiveness, and then not passing judgment onto it because there were spirits operating through them. And so we judge nobody. We become formless. We detach from it, right? And then we become the essence that we are. We operate from our essence, from the flame that we are. And with that, anything that was dark, right? We incorporate lightness into it because as we're healing, we're able to inject into that new ways, new forms of learning, new forms of overcoming, which for example, as the darkness was there, now we give light to it by offering it healing, right? So where once there was hurt and pain and maybe hatred, resentments, unforgiveness, now we offer healing, forgiveness to it. acceptance, approval of it, right? And how beautiful is that? So by doing so, now we're um, bringing it to balance. We're ascending from the darkness to the light. And so when we do that, we find balance, we find healing. And once we start healing and we start doing that within ourselves, right? What we do is we automatically, all of those negative habits that we had that were not benefiting us, we automatically, because we are healing, we automatically just start choosing to do better. Like, it's like common sense. Like, instead of having that burger, I now go ahead and I'll have a bowl of fruits. Like simple things like that, right? Instead of like staying in bed, I'm gonna go and take a walk, or I'm gonna go and be in nature, right? Because a lot of my healing, I had a lot of being in nature helped me, because I was being, as I'm healing, as I'm trying to forgive, it was a life or death situation, because I really needed to heal, because I was being attacked by the secret society, by this karmic family, right? And they had people who, like, they it was like a witch hunt type of scenario. Like, you go get your practitioner, you go get your practitioner, you go get your practitioner. But at the end of the day, this is not a battle. It's not my battle to fight. It wasn't I that is not me. That's the problem. Is what I'm supposed to be doing here for God, right? Because the point of all of these attacks was to disconnect me from source. And so, and my ancestors, which I am very nice, loving, caring, and kind. My ancestors, on the other hand, are only concerned with me healing, and they say, bet. I'm just saying. That's just who my ancestors are. So it was never about me. It was about what I have to bring to the world. And it turned out that what they were trying to do to stop me from doing, they actually taught me, right? Which was how to heal. And I did it in such a way that it was through ancient teachings, because my ancestors, my spirit team, the Most High God, were the ones teaching me. So today, what I teach are ancient teachings that are out there, that just need to be brought back into life. And that the way that I know that they work is because I've done them. So it was like, there's a psalm that says, the Lord says to the Lord, sit on my right side while I make your enemies your footstool. And so that's exactly what happened. I sat there at the right of God, healing, and God used all these people to make them my footstool. And so, had it not been for all of the things that they did, I wouldn't become the person that I am today, which is why I'm always grateful for, like, everyone. I'm gonna go visit the baby. I'll be